I know you've got one hand holding everything there, but we do jazz hands. Come on, jazz hands. Let's see it. There we go. Glenn Flemgunner's doing jazz hands. Walter's doing jazz hands. We are live. We are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is episode 276 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Our special guest tonight. The show's called The Day After, and here's our special guest. There he goes. Glenn Fleming, Flemgunner.
Hello.
There he goes, of drivetanks.com. Right?
Yep, pretty much.
There you go. So, yeah, this is going to be a big show tonight, guys. There's going to be, there's tanks. There's what I see a wall of machine guns right there. You know, I saw some tanks over there. It's going to be fun, Walter. This is your kind of show.
I know.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun show. Please share it with everyone, with your friends. We've got Flemgunner here. We've got Walter here. We may get Trae coming in here at any point, but you guys are here, and you'll get to, Flem's he's gonna answer questions and all that kind of good stuff. Show you guys a lot of guns. Maybe we'll pull some guns off of that machine gun wall. We'll take a look. Look at this. There's tanks back there. There's World War II stuff. There's German stuff. All kinds of machine guns. Very rare vehicles, tanks, troop carriers. Yeah.
Check out what I'm leaning against. The Japanese 75.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's just too much awesomeness in here. So don't forget to thumbs ups, guys. We appreciate you coming in. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I mean, we probably have so much to go through that I'm probably going to skip over the chat tonight. But I do want to thank everyone last night that helped out Babyface P so that he can go do that helo thing.
Oh,
yeah. So that's all arranged. Babyface P is going to be off doing that. And if there's anyone that does want to do that thing, you got to let me know tonight so I can set it up. Otherwise, we won't really be able to do it. But we've got Babyface P going off to that. So Glenn, what's up with you, man? How's everything?
Oh, it's going good, man. Going good. Just kind of living the dream out here near Uvalde on the Ox Ranch at drivetanks.com. But man, we got all kinds of cool crap out here. So, how can I be bored?
No, absolutely not, man. It's a friggin' awesome life. Now, so just to let people know, I did go out. I did go to the Ox Ranch and /drivetanks.com. We did the trip with Barnauls recently. I think 2 weekends ago, something like that. Yeah. And it was amazing. It was amazing. So tell people about that.
Well, for what is it, Social Summit, Barnauls Social Summit 2018. Y'all all came out, and I was a guide as well as Chelsea and a guy named Trevor, and we just kind of showed y'all around, man. Showed y'all everything this place has to offer. Of course, drive tanks, drive tanks and stuff like that, which you did get to drive a tank.
Yes, I did. I did. Thank you very much.
Which is behind me right here. It's like a 18,000 acre exotic game ranch, and it's pretty cool too. They got some neat stuff on it,
Yeah, it's absolutely one of the most amazing places I've ever been, and everyone that was working there was awesome. The people making us food, everyone driving us around, taking us on all the adventures. We got to shoot a howitzer.
A howitzer?
Any shells for it right now.
Yeah, did I say it wrong? Howitzer?
Yeah, no, I said a howitzer.
Right.
A howitzer.
Yeah, 105 howitzer.
Yeah, that was a 105.
Yes.
Okay, and then what was the tank that we drove? A Leopard something?
Leopard
a Leopard 1A5. It's a German main battle tank.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah, so, I don't know. I'm not sure where to start here, but let's talk about you, Glenn. You want to tell the people about who you are? I know there's some people out there that already recognize you. So do you want to just quickly go down the resume for us? I'm sure your face is familiar to some folks out there.
Well, let's see, man. I was born this big, small. But I did the military thing for like over 14 years, was a helicopter gunner for about 10 years. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Best job I'll ever have. So everything else is kind of a letdown from there. But got out, needed a hobby, started building guns. Turned out I was good at it. And I was on a TV show on Discovery Channel for a while. That was fun. Enjoyed it.
You were my favorite person on that show.
Oh, thanks, man. It was a learning experience. It was pretty cool. Did some other TV shows, radio, stuff like that. and owned my own business for a while. Got tired of being the boss. It's no fun. So basically came out here, started working, and really enjoy this, man, out here at drivetanks.com. Really digging it.
Yeah, awesome, man. And you know, I hope everyone's hearing you well. You know, Flemgunner, he's very demure. I was telling him, very demure, quiet guy. You know, when he wants to get loud, he makes bang bangs, right? That's how you get loud, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I make my statements through all of these things right here.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna take requests. We're gonna take questions. Someone says, "Hey, got rid of the long hair."
Yeah. Actually, I'm growing it out again. That's why I look all shaggy and stuff. So I'm going to grow it out till either I get tired of it or I like it, you know, whichever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's no shave ember. So, yeah, you got a whole month, man. You got a whole month.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff going on here. I know people are still like hungover from last night and politics. Do you get deep into politics, Glenn?
You know, I used to, man. I used to watch, you know, the news religiously and all this other stuff. But since moving out here, I don't watch TV. I don't have cable. I just kind of let that stuff go. And I got to be honest, I really like it a lot better, not knowing the whole enchilada, so to speak, you know. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of you know, I just got too worked up. So it's nice kind of calming down, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get worked up with everything going on, you know?
You know, they do, man. But, you know, that's not to say I don't pay attention to it. I just don't eat and breathe it and stuff anymore, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad for my blood pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things we're trying to do with all the things going on, I mean, ultimately, like, you have to go out there and vote. I believe in that. People need to go out and vote, you know? Go out there, do it, vote, and then, you know, try not to get super caught up in what's going on. I know there's people disappointed because, you know, Democrats got the House and all this kind of stuff. I think we have to remember that Republicans have had 2 years, and all they've been telling us is, hey, wait for, you know, we'll take care of this in the midterms. If they didn't do it, you know, hey, it's on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, my thinking on that is, you know, the Republicans for the most part, the Republicans in the House just have no spine. They have no spine at all. They're too worried about all the little nitnoy BS stuff, and they just refuse to do anything. But you know, that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I think they could have been doing things for the last 2 years now. I don't know when everything switches over in the House. You know, at this point, I'll be happy for a stalemate that they don't put in more gun control stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to get. I don't see it. You know, the Democrats are basically going to say, you know, Russia, Russia, Russia for the next couple of years. And nothing's going to get passed. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. Now, on the good side of that, the Republicans got the Senate. They may show a little spine and, you know, ram through all the appointments that Trump's been trying to get. So, you know, we'll see. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll get another Supreme Court pick.
Yeah. Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely. Walter, what do you think about all that? I know, listen, we got Flemgunner here, so I want to talk tanks and guns, but I know there's folks out there that are going to want to talk a little bit about this. So what are you thinking, Walter?
I'm just glad that all commercials are finished with.
Yeah.
Because the only people that benefit from that is the people that sell the advertising. That's it.
Yeah.
So everybody else has to suffer with it. Yeah. So I'm glad that's all over with. I think we should pass an amendment here for the Constitution where we can't add anything to the Constitution.
Oh, Florida. You're talking about Florida?
Because all that amounts to is stuff that can't get passed in the legislature. So they decide they're going to try to get it put on the Constitution. So, it's just a cluster. So,
yeah. Absolutely. And we've got go ahead.
So I have two years of the same old bullshit we've had since Trump's been elected, where they're just constantly trying to accuse him of something, and you know, nothing else is going to get done. So,
yeah, I think that's going to be detrimental to them. I think just like with Kavanaugh, people are going to get burnt out on that, I think
I agree. What happened? You freeze up, Hank.
Hank, no, he's not frozen on my end. He's still talking. Oh no, he did.
Oh, frozen my end, but yeah, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Trae?
Hey, what's going on, Hank? How you doing today, Walter? What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know, Trae, if you've ever met Glenn Fleming, Flemgunner.
Nice meeting you, Glenn. How you doing today?
Nice meeting you, bud. Oh, doing good. How about you?
I'm pretty good now to see all your sexy toys.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to get to talk about all those guns and tanks and stuff. Once we get some of the politics stuff out of the way. Yeah, I think that Bloomberg jumped in, put a lot of money in there, and captured those seats. So he's kind of like the liberal hero out there, today. But they didn't get the Senate, not even close. And
they can't do anything.
Well,
yeah, I'm hoping that there'll be gridlock.
We knew we were going to lose that House anyway, so we got retained the Senate and the presidency, so we can do stuff they can't.
There'll be a lot of squawking and crying. That's what it's all amount to.
Yeah. And I think ultimately, now I don't know, some people are saying there might be something going on with my signal. Let me know if there's anything going on.
You froze up on my end for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Am I coming in good?
Yeah, you're fine now. You're good.
Fine now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you know what?
Glenn, I don't have cable TV either.
Yeah, listen,
Best decision I ever made.
I think everyone's kind of been at comatose or, kind of like sitting on the fences. I'm not saying that about you guys. I know there are people who are out there fighting, but a lot of people are just taking it real easy because they think there's no danger of us losing any Second Amendment ground. But we have lost some Second Amendment ground. Maybe this will wake people up. Maybe the next 2 years will help you guys get out of your slumber and get back out there and start demanding things. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, now who wants to talk about? Yeah, absolutely. Who wants to talk about guns and tanks? Yes,
I do.
Walter, you got any questions? Anything you see back there? Did you?
No, I mean,
you're the tank expert, so
I'm recognizing things from afar. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So from my end, you're the guy who knows way more about tanks than me. We got Glenn here. Where should we start, man?
Is the half track German or Czech?
It's an OT 810.
Okay, it's Czech.
Okay, can we take a look at that?
Yeah, no sweat.
Yeah. Let's
give
move
you
down
all
there.
a little tour here.
Yeah, see, we got Glenn. I mean, he's roaming around. Look at this place, man.
Is that a Mark IV Sherman?
Oh,
look at that.
Picture, make it big so I can see what I'm getting. All right, so there's a Sherman. It's it's in the top of my head. And it's actually the last surviving firing Easy 8 Sherman in existence. Every gun on it is live to include the 76.
That's beautiful, beast. You like that, right, Walter?
The
mortars.
Yes. Oh, we got some mortars going there.
Here's that half track.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool.
With the 34.
Yep.
Love the 34.
Nice.
Yep.
Pain in the ass to work on, but I love that gun.
I've got one I got to put together. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's
people get to go ride these, right?
Oh yeah. You can drive it, ride in it, whatever you want to do. Yeah. So, look, this is my favorite one, the mule.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Have one.
I'm kidding. I hate that.
You're gonna make us cry.
I have one.
Glenn hates the mule. Tell us, okay, Glenn. Okay, you can't say you hate it and just walk past it. You got to tell us why you hate the mule.
There's no suspension. It's not fast. You're just kind of sitting there in the elements.
Oh, you got the one with the wide tires. That's easy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just once we got the Humvee, it just sits there. We used to use it to transport weapons to the range. But let me check out this guy.
A Leopard.
All right. Yes. Is this what this looks familiar?
That is a nice tank. That's actually my favorite tank out here. I love the angles on it.
So was this what I was driving?
Well, you were driving the 1A5, which is one better than the 1A4. But they're essentially the same thing with a couple different variations. The turret is not faceted on the 1A5. It's cast. They went back to cast because it's cheaper to do. But yeah, this one's just looks sexy.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got over here. We got a T-34-85 with a live gun on it. Live main gun and coax.
Okay, so wait a second. So this is a tank that you can actually drive and shoot, or how does that work?
Everything in here you can drive, no sweat. That's what we do. DriveTanks.com.
Oh, okay. Can you shoot them though? Can you shoot the tanks?
Yeah. The T-34 has a live main gun on it. The let's see, The Sherman has a live main gun on it. Scorpion over there has a live main gun on it. Or what the hell? We just got a new one that has a live main gun on it. It's a M41 Jackson.
A Walker Bulldog.
Walker Bulldog. There you go. My bad. I'm the gun guy, so I fix all the guns. But as far as tanks, you want to talk to Josh. He's the tank guy.
That leopard is a sexy beast. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, that leopard is pretty sexy.
That's because it's German. That's why it's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Walker right there. Scorpion.
Oh, look at this. How many tanks do you have?
That's a BMP. Forget about everything else. I just saw the BMP.
Yep. BMP.
Who's got one?
Yeah.
The
So
BMP
tell us.
This guy right here.
Okay, so wait, let's chill out here at the BMP because Walter just had.
I just had a syllogism.
Yeah, Walter just had a swing. You just had a swing.
This is what the BMP
Don't pass out, Walter. Don't pass out.
This is is that the on the BMP? That's the one that shoots the RPG looking around.
Super RPGs.
Like this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's one. I see one right there, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a little crate of them right here, the little inert ones.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't. It's like RPG 7s. You just can't get the rockets.
No.
So never be able to fire it.
No.
Takes the fun out of it. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so awesome. I don't know. I think everyone's freaking out right now. Everyone's like, "Yeah, we should have Glenn on every day."
I don't know if you can see it, man, because it's dark outside. But we got more tanks outside. I'll try and point that direction.
Okay. Yeah, we just lost your video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I still got it.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys do you guys have his video or did I lose it?
But he is a little jerky.
Okay.
Well, you can't see it right now anyway. But right there's another 5 tanks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe it's just me that lost the video. I don't know what's going on there with that. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got you back now. All right. Cool. Yeah. So awesome. Do you guys have some questions? Ask some questions here. I'm going to go check my internet real quick and make sure my internet's going good. Trae, Walter, you guys take over for 1 sec. I'm coming right back.
You look all right to me, but let's see here. What's questions? Questions. What we got? Are all are most of the machine guns you guys have they post samples?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get transferables of the majority of these, but I think it's kind of a crime to just run the dog crap out of a transferable.
Well, if your post sample takes a crap, it's all right. But if
it's no big deal. So
your $50,000 transferable gun takes a crap, then you're sad.
Also, I mean, the main thing here is like with let me put it on there. The main thing with the post samples right there is I log each round, so it goes out, shoots 100 rounds. I write it down in the little books there.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get a mean rate and failure, thing going here, so I can kind of figure out what's going on.
Oh, cool.
So let's see what I'm going to invite people right now to let me know. Because can we get you to take any of those machine guns off the wall and show it to us? Maybe talk about it a little bit.
Was there
a grease gun?
Is
there an bigger
grease gun right there?
Grease gun. Okay. Is that what you want to see, Trae? You want to hear something about the grease gun?
Yeah, I know all about the grease gun. It's sexy.
Okay. All right.
Really?
So out of this whole wall of guns, Trae, you're going for the grease gun. Okay, fine.
I like it. It shoots well. Walter, have you shot one before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think it shoots best. Well, I like the PPSH too. I mean, I kind of like all of them.
Yeah.
That's a good gun right there.
The MG44, the MP40, MP44. I've shot all of those guns too. They're nice.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, this
MP7. Yep, MP7. Okay, he's more modern. What is that?
PM63.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a Polish thing.
Yeah. Pardon.
Let's see.
Here we go. Check this out.
M203. Oh yeah, that's
Gal 5.
That's a commando, Colt Commando.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, very cool. I like the AA-12. The AA-12.
Yeah, you got an AA-12 right there. Sexy.
Yeah, we actually have.
How the hell did you get that? We got a post sample letter for that and can't find one.
No, we got 6 of them, dude.
Transfer one to me.
What do those cost, Glenn?
Honestly, I don't remember.
They
I'm
weren't
kind
that
of the
they
guy
weren't that
who goes-
expensive, but you could only get them in full auto.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of the guy around here who goes, "Hey, that would be cool. People will dig that," and they're like, "Okay, buy it." So,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I need that job.
Yeah.
all right, now check this out. We have a bunch of cool stuff out here. A lot of really cool stuff. The fire is great and it's fun to shoot. This one, not so much fun to shoot because it's a weird angle that you're laying at, but it's the coolest sounding gun we have. It's got a real deep sound to it. The DT.
Oh, the BP. I mean, yeah, DP. That's a tank
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man. We have a live one in the T-34, and we have this one that's just live as well. Pain in the butt to load, real pain in the butt to load. And the bipod legs are really long, so you're like arched back and all that. But it sounds really impressive. It's just a really
pretty
deep
cool.
sound.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Uh-oh.
Be cool.
Here's a BAR.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. What's that, Glenn? Because whatever you think is what you think is going to be cool right now is blowing my mind because I know there's a lot of people out there. Go ahead.
This is going to be a little wiggly and kind of squirmy, but I'm going to go inside the Sherman.
Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to lock this on Glenn so we can go in here.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. If you are down in the dumps about the election, you should not be now if you're a gun guy because you're getting a pure Gorn right here. Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's an M2.
It's an M2.
Yeah.
The Mild Deuce.
Love that gun.
Yeah.
Dude.
Just
all right, so
just
let me
sitting
put
up
y'all
on the
down
tank.
for just a second because I need both
Sure.
hands for this. Oh, look.
Are you going to shoot it out the door?
Look at that. He could roll out there and shoot at the dunes out there. Okay, this is pretty cool. So let me see. I'm not keeping track of questions. I don't know if you guys see. Yeah, SoCal Gunner says I see some big ass fans. Yes.
Yep.
There's big fans in there. Big fans in there. Southern Partisan says I'm in awe. You know.
I'm in Florida.
All right, so
wow, look at this. This is the inside. If you've never seen the inside.
this is the
Very
inside
cool.
of a Easy 8 Sherman tank. Live breech ring, live gun. Lots
Nice.
of fun.
1919 grip.
Live,
Yeah.
we got a live coax right here. Check it out. There's a driver in the co-driver station. If I can figure out how to get to it. There you go.
Yeah, this seems like a lot more room than that Leopard.
This is a pretty roomy tank, but this one had a crew of 5 as opposed to Leopard had a crew of 4.
And
So check it out.
Yeah, what's that, Walter? Go ahead.
the Shermans don't have shit for armor either, so
Yep.
you better learn how to get out fast if something happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Now check this out. Everybody thinks, oh man, the gunner in a tank has the coolest job, and they're right. The gunner has the coolest job because he's shooting stuff, right?
Until he gets hit.
Well, in every tank, he has the crappiest position, man. Let's see if I can get this. All right, so let's see. The seat back here is. Well, this is weird. Is the commander's seat. All right, the commander sits right there and does all his gun stuff and tells people what to do. But right here, this little bitty seat in front of him, that's the gunner's seat. He basically sits there, between the guy's legs. And it's like that on every tank, man.
Okay, so is there any kind of back support?
That's an Army thing.
The guy behind him.
Oh, that could get very uncomfortable in certain situations. Yeah, that is interesting. Walter, any questions here or any? Because I know Walter's heavy into these tanks. So
I'm just watching.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Check it out. Here's the wet storage for the ammo. Right down here. Oops. There we go.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna close this up a little bit.
Do you have some shells down there?
Yeah. I have 3 spent shells down there.
Okay.
Because you never know.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm closing the wet storage to give me a little floor.
Now, why is it called the wet storage?
It's actually, from what I understand, it was actually kept wet. It helps with if you get hit with the ammunition going off and stuff like that. All right, now I'm not as young as I used to be, so I'm not going to go all the way down here. But let me fix this. All right, so this is the driver's area right here.
Okay, he's got some controls, speedometers and stuff.
Basically, if you've ever driven a 1940s bulldozer, you've driven a Sherman tank. It's actually really cool, though. And right here is the co-driver. He's, of course, got a little hull gun there, a little 1919.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Walter saw those grips. What's the plumbing?
Oh, wait.
Or is that even like, oh, so these copper, what are these copper lines?
Where at? Oh, up here, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, right here, right here. There's different hydraulics and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know if they had like maybe alcohol lines or something running through there. You know?
Oh, no.
Yeah, a kegerator, you know.
Exactly.
So what is this right here?
Oh, this is the periscope for the loader. It's actually, you can go ahead and turn it so you can see different angles and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And basically, let's see if I can see if well, that's going to be hard to do. But you get the idea. You look out of it, you can look outside when you're all buttoned up. I've been in this tank when it's buttoned up, and it's roomy, but man, it gets claustrophobic and really hot really quick, man. There's no like any kind of air conditioner. There's a little blower down in the bottom between the driver and the co-driver. But if you turn that on, usually what happens is the driver and the co-driver get a face full of dirt and dead bugs. So you don't generally turn that on.
Yeah. So what happens if these guys didn't get along in this tank?
They died unhappy.
That much more. When you're in combat with people, sometimes you don't get along with everybody, and that's just a human dynamic. That's how it is. But everybody knows their job, and the vast majority of the time, everybody does their job. And when you get shot at, it's not about whether you like this guy or you got a beef with this guy or whatever. You're watching everybody's ass. So it just is what it is,
Yeah, I guess you got to get over your bullshit real quick, right?
Yeah. There's not a lot of, when the rounds come towards you, there's not a lot of time for just petty crap, It sounds horrible, but I kind of wish everybody would experience it at some point because it kind of gives you a way different perspective on a lot of stuff. And I think it would get rid of a lot of this just petty bullshit that exists out in the world today.
Amen. So now I know Walter was saying this about the armor. Let's go back to that if we can. There's not much armor, right, on it? That's true.
The turret on this one has about 4 or 5 inches of armor, depending where you're at. There's more armor in the front, so the mantlet and all that's a lot more armored. But it's compared to like the T-34 or something like that, there's not a lot of armor on it. And the armor isn't sloped except for that front glacis plate. Everything else is flat, which is kind of stupid, but that's just the way it is.
Okay.
It gives you more room, but it makes it more susceptible to penetration by other rounds.
Okay, so being sloped, when rounds hit it, it's a higher probability they're going to bounce off or deflect or something?
Well, it does 2 things. Yeah, one, you glance off if you're lucky. And the other thing is when you take a piece of metal and slope it, you actually artificially increase the thickness of it. So cross-section wise, if you cross-section it straight up and down, let's say it's only like 3 inches. But when you slope it, let's see if I can do this right, you actually bring it out to like, and there's an equation for it, and I don't know what the hell it is, but you actually bring it out to like 3.5 inches or something.
Yeah, you gain some thickness. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. But the German anti-tank guns and the guns and the things punch through the stuff pretty quick. So
yeah. We have a PAC 40. It's not here right now. It's actually being worked on a little bit. The recoil mechanism needed some TLC, but we have a PAC 40. It shoots a 75 millimeter anti-tank. Well, it's a 75 millimeter anti-tank gun, and it's a really big round, right? And we have the ranging cards for it, the original ranging cards. And according to those ranging cards, you can hit a Sherman or a T-34 and knock it out at 1,800 meters.
And that's a long ways.
That's a long way.
That's further than the Sherman can shoot back.
Exactly.
Effectively. So that's the deal.
Probably take it out take out a pack at 1,800 meters. because it's got the high velocity gun on it.
Right.
But a tank, no. A gun, no big deal. But a tank.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walter.
The Germans knew that their guns should shoot further and hit better, so they just stay away from those Sherman and stuff as far as they stand off distance and shoot at them. And there wasn't a whole lot the Sherman could do besides haul ass. And that's one thing the Sherman could do is move pretty fast. So you need to keep moving.
The hang of it, these things move, man. It's really it's a lot of fun to drive. Once it takes a little while to get used to it. You're not gonna just get into it and go cruising around. But once you get used to it, it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. So, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Glenn, when I was up there, because you guys, how many Shermans do you guys have up there?
We have this, and we have a jumbo.
Oh, okay. Because I know that you were showing me the armor that one was like punched through in the armor, right?
Yeah, that's the jumbo. The turret, it's actually off of a different tank. It was found in a field in France, upside down, and it has 4 penetrations from shape charged warheads on the turret.
Okay.
So, and we do know a little bit of the history of it. The crew was killed in this war. But the crew was killed when those things penetrated the turret, and the turret blew off the tank.
Wow. Okay.
And one of the crappiest jobs to have was doing the tank recovery, because they had to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of jobs that I'll do, and that's not one of them I do.
They bring them back and decide whether they were fixable, and then they had to clean the insides out of all the pieces of people. And,
that's
and the smell. Supposedly the smell never went away. So.
Well, that's an unfortunate thing of war, and
because they could never clean all of it out. So.
Yeah, I have some. It's just not a cool gig,
Yeah. It's the reality of what's going on here, unfortunately, that most people don't realize, right?
Well, a lot of times we'll get kids in here, and they're like, "Oh, Call of Duty, this was in Call of Duty," and they'll run around and. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. It's cool. When they're being a little disrespectful shit, I'll bring them to this one spot that I'll bring y'all to here in a second. And actually, you know what? I'll bring y'all to that now. And I'll get in my spiel. But I'll have to put y'all down again. So
okay. All right. No problems. Yeah. Let's see. What's going on? Let's see. What's going on over there, Trae?
Nothing. Sorry, I tried to mute myself because DJ was running out the door. Sorry.
That's cool. No, that's
he
all
said
right.
Hi to you though, but I'd already muted the camera.
All right, tell DJ I said hi, man. Listen, it's awesome. It's awesome that I know for you, you're the dad.
But I didn't want to interrupt you in his conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you, Glenn.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get started with all the tanks? What did you start out with, and et cetera, et cetera? Because I'm like Walter. I don't know as much as you guys do, but I've definitely always wanted a tank. I mean, I hate to say it. I especially want a King Tiger, but
you can find them easy enough. They're not really hard to find, believe it or not.
There's some.
Of course,
I think in Apopka they rebuild them over here. They actually did a Tiger tank over here. I think there's a place over here that rebuilds them. I think. I don't know. I've heard that.
There's only 2 Tigers that I know of. One's in Bovington and the other one's in.
Well, it could have been something else. It was just kind of somebody told me about it.
That's a T-34 that's made up look like a Tiger.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. They did it for a movie or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's over at the Armor. The guy. He goes by the Rabbi, the guy that owns the whole thing, over here in Florida. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that there's not a lot of tanks out there nowadays, right? So you sound okay.
No, there's a lot actually. There's no shortage.
There's
a tank by itself is just a tractor. I mean, it's a bill of sale, no big deal.
Especially the Leopards.
Exactly. When you put a live gun on it, then you're talking a little bit different. Now the live gun itself is just a destructive device. It's no big deal. But the ammo is where they kind of get you. To manufacture your ammo.
Yeah, you hand load everything, right? I mean, you reload yourself, right?
Yeah. There's nowhere to get it, so to speak.
Yeah. So let's just go through this with people watching. If you're just tuning in right now, we're talking to Glenn Fleming, Flemgunner. This handsome gentleman right here, and he is at the Ox Ranch, also drivetanks.com. Can you tell us, like, because people might be wondering if you're the owner of drivetanks.com, what's the situation going on down there, Glenn?
No, I'm the gunsmith. You know, I'm in charge of all the guns, big, small, little, all in between ones, as well as flamethrowers, artillery, you know, all that stuff. I also will take clients out on the tanks and you know drive them around and stuff like that. You know, just a guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not the owner. There's far too much paperwork involved with that for me to be an owner of this. That's not my bag.
So for folks out there watching, if they want to take part in this whole experience, how does that work?
Basically, it's pretty easy, man. You just go online to drivetanks.com, figure out what you want to do, book it, and come on out and drive a Leopard tank or something.
Yeah. So, and how does that work? Is it like an a la carte thing? Like you pick, okay, I want to drive this tank and run over this car, or is it like, is there like a all for one thing that you can just go there and do everything?
Well, we have that as well. It's a little of both. You can go online, you can book like just to drive a tank or just to shoot a couple machine guns or something like that, or shoot some artillery or whatever. Or you can do what's called, our biggest package is the Axis and Allied package, which basically you shoot pretty much everything and drive a bunch of stuff as well. But I mean, if you want to come in here and, you know, say, this isn't the package, but I want to shoot this and drive this, and we can tailor make that for you as well, like we did on the Barnauls gig. It's no problem.
Okay, cool. Okay, one more question I'm going to let us, because I know you wanted to show us something over there.
Yeah.
Len Holt says, dumb tank gun question, which I don't think there's any dumb questions. So
No.
he says,
Okay, well, I'll call for it.
Center fire, rim fire.
Yeah. So Len Holt wants to know, do the guns have a firing pin or rim fire or what?
No, these are, you know, basically the tank guns we have are all center fire cartridges, just like a regular, let's see if I can find one. Just like a regular round, you know, there's not much difference. Oh, here we go. Here's a little tank round display right here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, you know, it's got a case. It's got the warhead on it. Or in our case, we shoot solid steel armor-piercing projos.
Do you recover those rounds and use them again?
You can't recover them anymore, or you can't reuse them because we have drive bands on them, and the drive bands engage the rifling. And once they do that, they're scored.
Oh, okay.
And finding them is kind of a challenge. Like right here, this is our Sherman round. This brass part is the actual drive band. So this guy weighs 15 pounds, and it cruises about 2,200 feet per second.
Yeah. So what caliber would that translate to?
76 millimeters, like about a 3-inch or so, give or take.
Okay. Awesome. And so I've got this. Go ahead.
We actually figured out the grain weight on the Sherman round. It's something like around 86,000 grain.
More than a 50 cal.
So awesome. So much. Yeah. So much awesome in that. Okay. This question's from the Tyven show. Tyven shows, he actually has 2 questions because we got to get it in for Tyven. Okay.
This time.
Yeah. We got to represent for Tyven here, especially since he helped get Babyface P to go on that Hilo thing yesterday.
Boom.
Yeah. He says, do you have any 548 track vehicles? Do you have any 548 track vehicles?
That's the 548 based on the 113.
We have a 114, but it's not really the same.
Okay. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
The 548 is the carrier, like they.
Yeah, the APC. We have a 114, which is kind of like a squished 113.
Yeah,
but it's not really the same.
Smaller, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then here's the other question from Tyven Show. He says, and have you ever finger popped a tank? And then he put this in brackets, no lanyard to shoot the tank.
Oh yeah, I've been inside and shot it before. The Sherman. It's not something we do with clients because of a couple reasons. One, it's a 7-year-old breech ring, and we're firing full power loads. If that goes, you're basically going to be liquefied. You're done. You're killed. So we don't generally let people in there to do that for that reason. The other reason is it's actually really boring. The tank rocks a little bit. If you're looking through the scope, you can't see what you're hit because the tank rocks. Little puff of smoke, gun comes back. That's about it. It's actually not even that loud. So we shoot it outside from a lanyard because a couple reasons on that too. One, the safety thing. And two, if you look right there, there's a big ass muzzle brake on the end of it. If you're on the outside of that tank in the area of compression, I guess, you really feel that shock wave smack you in the chest. It'll blow your headset off or your hat or whatever, and you can see what you hit. It's just a way better experience shooting it outside than inside.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, if anyone goes to these guys' website, you'll see a bunch of videos. So you're talking about when you see people outside pulling the string and setting off the tank, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very cool. And while we're on that subject, how can people look this up if they're interested in coming and visiting this amazing facility?
Oh yeah, just drivetanks.com online. You know, it's the name, it's the website, and you go there and just pick out what you want to do. Make an appointment, cruise on down, and come blast some stuff.
Bring your bank account.
Yeah. I'd like to say it's cheap as hell, but reality is it's not. But I mean, it takes a lot of money to reload these things and maintenance and all that.
You see that building? You see those tanks require constant maintenance. So
yeah.
And the guns someone's got to clean the guns, right?
Yeah, it's not just a cleaning thing. It's the guns actually. You know, there's wear and tear on the guns, just like a 70-year-old MG42 or something. The parts wear, you know, and we had a MG42 go down today for parts breakage. It's just, you know, age, man. It gets to everything.
I think it's a matter of perspective. So, of course, someone could look at it as being expensive. I don't know if you want to talk about prices and things like that, Glenn. But at the same time,
I don't know them real well. So,
yeah. So at the same time, you have to think about this. What is it worth to have this experience? I think it's kind of like a priceless thing. If you had to go out there and get your own tank.
Now, actually, there's an auction going on right now. It was actually today and tomorrow where they are selling tanks. So
if Leopard A1A5s, right?
And there's actually, I think, either a Chaffee or a Walker. There's a Swiss, one of the Swiss tanks that came out of the auction, out of Littlefield's collection, is for sale. And that's really not priced bad for a tank.
No, if I recall correctly, none of them have live guns, though.
Yeah. Well, for the average guy, they're never going to shoot a live gun, and they have nowhere to do it anyways. So
I do. That's the thing with a tank. You got to have a lot of acreage to one, drive it around, and two, shoot it. You really got to have a good backstop.
If you don't, then you got to have a full-size flatbed trailer and a tractor to pull it around on, and most people don't have that. So. Owning a tank is great, but you got to have all the stuff to go with it or forget it.
So one of these tanks is going up for sale, the Leopard. What is it? And it's not shooting. How much is that?
We actually have a Leopard 1A5 for sale, and I think it's $280. Don't quote me on that, but
I'm sorry. Is that $2.80?
Yeah,
$280,000.
Oh,
yeah.
But
that's pretty cheap, actually.
That's a really good driving tank, man.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's without a gun, right?
Well, it's got the gun. It's just emailed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and then we're talking a 50-ton tank, or more. Actually, probably more.
It's 45, 42 tons, something like that.
Yeah. So,
but the thing can go like 45 miles an hour. So it's no slouch. It's
no. Yeah, it'll get
So when you add this all up, the point I'm trying to make to you guys out there, if you add all of this up, it's actually whatever the prices are there, and they're not ridiculous. You can go look at the website and there's prices. I did look at some things. Like I see there's some driving the tank experiences that are around $1,000. Yeah. Things like that.
That's,
so we're not.
That's the Leopards actually. So those
that's not too bad.
Yeah. We're not talking about horrible prices. I know not everyone has $1,000 to spend every day, but you don't get to drive a tank every day.
Yeah.
So there you go. If this is like a cool thing, I think, to do for the family, do for the husband or something like that, like when you're dealing with a guy like Walter, let's say, what else can you get him? Get him the tank experience.
Yeah, I'm jaded. That's what it is.
We get a lot of people who buy it for other people, significant others buy it for their spouse or whatever. We get a lot of bachelor parties, stuff like that. We run the gamut. We actually have people come out who are not into guns. They've never shot a gun, but they want to drive and shoot a tank.
Yeah,
that's a good first experience.
Well, I kind of dig it because when they come out here, I try and talk them into one of the machine guns. Because if I can get them on the range, I can kind of get rid of the mystique of this machine gun being a deadly, death-dealing weapon and all this other silly nonsense. And to a man or a woman, they actually enjoy shooting it. I'll start them off with the MP40, the MP5 SD, something real forgiving, real controllable, real easy, and just kind of work up from there, And they always dig it, man. And they leave thinking, or they leave having their perceptions changed, which is, politics are great, all this other stuff is great, but if I can change one person's mind about how these things are supposed to be all deadly, then I've done my job.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever met a person who shot a machine gun and was unhappy?
No.
Negative.
Oh, wait. I take that back. There was one lady who shot a machine gun. Her old man, husband, whatever. Her old man talked her into it, and she shot the, I think it was the M4. And the first gun she ever shot, not really. We did it on semi. She was okay with it. Did it on full, and she just didn't enjoy it. But, I mean, not everybody enjoys everything. So
yeah, okay. True. Okay. She was an alien, so there was one alien. You should have reported her to the UFO people. By the way, Big Gunner 81 says, "What's up, Glenn?" So there you go.
What's up?
Yeah, I know there's some things going in here. So what were you you brought us over to this wall to show us something?
Yeah. Okay. So we got a lot of kids come out here, and some of them are little shits. They run around and they pick stuff up and they mess with stuff that they shouldn't be messing with. And I like to bring up, I give a tour, or whoever gives a tour. Well, when I give a tour, I bring them out here. And this right here is, we have a guy who does repatriation of remains. He does, digs in Latvia, Estonia, stuff like that. Because my personal feelings is no matter who you fought for, no matter what side you fought for, in the end, you're fighting for the guy next to you. That's a noble thing, and you deserve to go home one way, shape, or form. That's just how I think. So I like to bring the kids down here, tell them that, and make them look at this. This right here is a part of a Russian Katyusha rocket. Okay, a really big bastard packed full of explosives. This is actually shrapnel. This big chunk is, going out and smacking people. Now this helmet right here and this helmet right here were found in the same foxhole with this piece of shrapnel. And as you can tell from the shrapnel or from the helmets, they didn't have a good day. It was quick, but they still died. So I like to remind people this stuff is all cool. This is real. It can be a lot of fun. It's great. But always remember, this stuff had a purpose. And the purpose was to kill people and break things. And that's just how it is. And that usually kind of tones them down a little bit.
Yeah. It's not all fun and games and games of war or gears of war or whatever it's called.
It ain't a video game. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We get that in the store all the time.
Fun. Don't get me wrong. I want them to come out here and have fun because it's a fun place.
Right,
we do fun stuff, 100%. But, I want them always to have a little bit of respect in the back of their head for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know what you guys' insurance policy is like. I think that's the pants.
And that's why I'm not the boss, because I don't want to mess with
that. Yeah. You mentioned about shooting the gun inside, and that you said 2 reasons. One of them's called lawyers.
Exactly.
And that's why you don't shoot the gun inside.
Yeah. Well, there's been other instances of guns
going off,
letting go, and it's a bad scene when that happens.
Yeah, you don't usually survive when it goes bad. So inside.
Yeah. So let's see. There's a conversation here. I'm jumping in the middle of it. Someone says 12 gallons of fuel just to fire one up. How much? What kind of fuel do these tanks go through?
Diesel.
Beats the hell out of me. I mean, most of them use diesel. The Scorpion's actually a gas tank or gasoline tank.
Yeah, the Shermans were a mixture. Some were gas, some were diesel. So.
Yeah, but this guy's actually a dual diesel.
Dual 671s, probably.
Yeah. Twin Detroits. But as far as consumption, I'm not the mechanic, man. I really
people ask me all the time, what kind of gas mileage does your Humvee get? I'm like, I don't care what the gas mileage is.
Crappy.
I never if you got to worry about what the gas mileage is.
Yeah, you ain't buying one.
Yeah.
Get pretty good gas mileage of that tank.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I think, if I remember correctly, the Leopards can go like, a few hundred miles, like maybe 400 miles on a tank of gas or more.
Well, I know the current philosophy with the U.S. military is 300 miles per tank. So that Humvee gas tank's designed to go 300 miles. So's the Abrams. So's the Mark 48. So's the Hemet. And they might use 100 gallons to go that, but everybody runs out at the same time. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand the thinking behind it, but we're also America. Yeah. So we don't really have to worry much about fuel supply and stuff like that because we're badass. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Someone's laughing at me because I said something about the speedometer of the tank. So there you go. I think that's Jason Scherer. Wasn't there a speedometer there or no? There's no.
There is a speed up in the tanks. Honestly, I don't look at them at all. I look at the tack when I'm driving. I don't really care how fast I'm going. If I'm in or if somebody's in third gear and I'm kind of over their shoulder watching, I know what RPMs I want them to go. I know, so that's going to translate into speed. As far as what actual speed we're going, beats the hell out of me, man.
Yeah. Big Gunner 81 says, "Amen. We're badass America." I second that. Okay, so now let's I don't know, do either one of you guys have a question before I ask another one? Walter, Trae,
Go for it.
Any questions?
Go for it.
No, I know it's pretty interesting. So
yeah,
I'm definitely learning a lot.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Glenn. What is the most unique vehicle? I'm gonna start with vehicles. I know you got some badass guns there. The most unique vehicle in that what do you call this thing? The tank shed? The tank tent?
We call it the tank barn, like internally, but realistically, just drivetanks.com.
Oh, okay. So what is the most unique one in there?
It's got to be the Sherman. This Sherman right here, because it's the last of its kind. It's the only one. So that it kind of gives it like the predominance. And also, interesting fact. We shoot this thing about over 400 times a year, and that's more than they actually shoot it in combat.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the Sherman, the most unique. Okay. What's the second most unique vehicle in there?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll modify that. What's your favorite to drive?
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh,
good
my
question.
favorite's a Leopard, hands down. No doubt. Okay. No doubt. Leopards are just fun as
okay. I heard it's kind of really easy to drive. So.
Oh. Yeah. Now we have a bunch of 1A.
What are you trying to say, Walter? Because I was driving it was easy?
That's what
this guy right here is actually pretty rare, from what I understand. The 1A4. There's not many of those out there.
1A4. Okay.
And as well, the Scorpion's kind of unique too, because it has a live gun on it. So that there's not many of those floating around. I think there's only 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
wow.
So
that's pretty cool.
Aside from the Mule, which you said you don't like, which one do you really don't care to be part of?
The T-34, man. The T-34 is iconic. It's like, one of a kind in the States, but it's absolutely horrible to drive.
You got to have a hammer to change gears.
Really? Why?
Yeah, ergonomically, it's just a nightmare. I mean, watch. Check this out. Follow me.
They'll run forever, but they're cruel.
Yeah, I thought they had independent suspension. They were pretty revolutionary for that at the time.
Well, the suspension. I'm not talking about the suspension. I'm actually talking about the driving experience.
Yeah, that's
horrible, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, when that thing started up, man, there was so much black smoke that came out of it. It was no joke.
Now, one thing about the T-34s, and probably all the Russian equipment at the time, it was built by unskilled labor. Boris, a potato farmer, turned into Boris, a tank builder, because he didn't have no damn choice. So he really didn't know what the hell he was doing. If you look at the seams on it, if you look at the welds, they're kind of crap. But here's an instance that I can show you right here. Look at the cuts on this.
Yeah, it's uneven.
Look how it's undercut right there.
Yeah.
And look,
this is the kind of stuff that makes Walter mad right here.
No. I understand.
Communism in action.
No. That shitty welds and crappy cuts don't stop you from killing Germans.
Nope, not at all.
And the Germans, the Germans just the opposite. They were so anal retentive. They had to have everything perfect. And that slows you.
The Russians put out like 10 of these for every German tank, exactly for that reason.
Hello.
So if they killed, if the Germans killed like, 3 T-34s and the rest of the T-34s killed that one German, and then the Russians are.
And like same with us, the Sherman. Sherman's not the best tank in the world, but we made tens of thousands of them. So
yeah, we produced the crap out of them, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, war's as it, I say should be, but that's poor choice of words. I just can't think of another way. War as it should be played is attrition. It's all about attrition. You kill more of them than they kill of you, and that's how you win.
And the sooner you finish killing, the sooner you go home.
Exactly. It's not. Well, I'm not going to get all political on that, but let's just say they don't do it the way it should be.
No, they don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, absolutely. Okay, so I remember that you were showing me there was a vehicle over there, Glenn. I think it was some kind of motorcycle / tank, and you said that was incredibly rare. Oh, there we go. There we go.
The Kettering.
Oh yeah.
It's actually, believe it or not, this little guy right here costs more than most of the tanks. This little dude's expensive, man. It's pretty rare. They only made a few thousand of them, like 6,000 or something like that. And of course, we bombed the ever-loving shit out of most of them, and the rest of them got turned into tin cans. So, kitten crud.
Yeah. So tell us about it. What's the deal with the kitten crud?
Kitten crud, yeah. And my German's not real good, so I'm probably mispronouncing it. You know, all I really know in German is "Ein Bier bitte," which is all you need to know.
Okay, "Ein Bier bitte." Is that give me some beer?
Yep, 1 beer, please. So right here, you notice the seat right there. You're sitting up real tall, real proud, so you don't want really to take that into combat. And you're surrounded by gas tanks on either side of you, so not really the ideal thing for your rushing the front lines. So they use it for like transporting planes around the field, bombs to planes, stuff like that. Anything they needed a utility vehicle that would haul heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cool little guy. It's neat.
Yeah. And those are very rare, right? You're saying those are not easy to find?
No. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 in the States, but I'm not sure.
Probably a couple more, cool. But you're probably looking at 80 to 100 grand for one.
Yep, minimum. Yeah.
Running, and So
yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Let's see. I want to. Do you guys? Is there anything in there that you guys want to see? Should we get a little spin around here? I know you had a Lottie. Where's the Lottie? Because somebody here. Where's the Lottie?
Right down there.
Boom. There goes the Lottie. Right there.
I can't see it. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get on the side of it so you can see it better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So Walter is getting close to getting the Lottie put together.
I gotta when I'm not trying to pay my employees, I'll actually start finishing it off.
Are you gonna shoot it in the original 20 by 138?
In Solothurn? Yeah. That's the original. Yes, I have.
Solothurn Lottie, same ammo.
Yeah, I have it in that caliber. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
One of my friends down here, I don't know if you know Anzio Ironworks.
Yeah,
he makes
produces those steel cases.
Yeah, he's
light
local.
50s.
Cool. Yeah, he's local here. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, he used to work on my 50.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then I see there's this. So now the stuff here, this is kind of like a museum, right?
Yeah, we're like a museum, but you can actually touch the stuff or shoot it or drive it around.
Okay. So what's some interesting pieces in here? I know that I see there's a German flag or a Nazi flag in there. Was that actually from combat?
Yeah, that's an actual Nazi banner. Yeah. Everything in here is original, with the exception of a couple, like 4 guns, which are reproductions, just because you can't get them. Well, you can, but they don't come up very often, and they're very expensive when you do. But everything else is all original.
Okay, so
uniforms, weapons, all that stuff.
All right, cool. So is that wall over there the German stuff? What interesting German things do we have over there?
Oh, well, like I said, you got all the tank rounds right over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting better at putting this stuff out. And right up here in this box, you have a Luger and a P38. And the
Can we see the Luger?
Capture papers right there.
Okay, can we get a look at that? Can we get a closer?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of Luger is it? Artillery Luger or just regular one?
No, it's a standard PO8.
Okay.
Now we were talking about before I show you that, we were talking about the Pack 40 rounds. All right, so here you go. That's a Pack 40 round right there. So it's about 3 foot long. Shoots a 12-pound projectile about 3,000 feet per second.
I love it. That's so awesome. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
Okay. Right. Okay.
Nice.
P-38, and there's the capture papers right there.
Okay.
Probably can't read it.
Yeah. So that's the official paperwork that you can bring those back.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
they don't get anymore. Which
Nope.
Okay. And
no
then
more,
you said
no more spoils for the victors anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might irritate the guys who are shooting at you or something.
Oh dear, yeah, you might upset them. Yeah,
by bringing by bringing their guns back. I saw the other day. So when I went on the trip with Brownells, Mr. Guns and Gear was there. You remember Guns and Gear? Yeah. Shout out to everyone that was there. It was Guns and Gear. Rachel was there. Yeti and Yolo were there. We Like Shooting was there. Sean from We Like Shooting. Trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. There was a bunch of folks out there. But Guns and Gear got in. Some people got mad at him because he did a video where he was shooting an AK over his head.
That's actually the way they do it over there. They got the whole inshallah thing going. Inshallah meaning as God wills. It's like, is my bullet going to hit anything? Inshallah. If God wants to do it, hit something. Yeah. So they watch the videos, go, join the military, go out there. You'll see them do that all the damn time.
Allah Akbar. Yeah.
Yeah, inshallah,
Yeah. All right, so let's see what other. There's a machine gun nest over there. Can we take a look at that? I don't know if these guys want to see anything. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Right there. Let's see what machine guns are up in there.
All right, check it out. This is near and dear to my heart right here. This is the XM218. Basically, the aerial version of the 50 cal. It's the same thing I fired out the helicopters. So I
cool,
love that.
cool.
Flamethrower.
An M3.
Pretty much, yeah. It's got a lighter barrel. It's, for lack of a better word, pencil barrel. Different jack, full length jacket on it. The whole thing's lightened up. It fires almost twice as fast as the HP M218.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, the M3 was the aircraft.
Yeah. By the way, Big Gunner 81's reminded me. Tactical Toolbox was there. He did a really good video. I don't know if you saw that yet, Glenn.
He did real good on that. That was really good.
Yeah.
Check it out. I'm going to do some shameless self-promoting, or whatever the hell it would be called.
Please do. Please do.
So I was my dad was a Vietnam vet. And he flew FAC in Vietnam. He flew the little O2s, little push-pull Cessnas, right? And he actually got shot down by a missile bigger than his plane. Lived through it. One of the things, SA-2, actually. Right. So one of the things he wanted before he died, 7mm, a Russian 37mm round, because it's a little different from the American and the German and all this other stuff. It's an anti-aircraft, basically out of a kind of a Bofors type gun. So I found him one of those. So this dude right here.
Ooh,
look at that.
He got shot at by it a lot. So
okay.
So after he died, I inherited that, and I was like, well, that's a cool idea. So I was like, I want to get all the stuff that shot at me too. So all that stuff right there in the corner. If you come over, that's my secret stash of all the crap that shot at me.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of cool. But anyway, check this out. This is my all-time favorite gun in the world, the MG34. It's an absolute pain in the ass to work on, and jams a lot because there's like 30 parts in just the bolt. But look at the machining on that thing, right? Oh. And it's got the Lafette mount on it. This is just art right here.
I have a parts kit about 18 inches from my foot, so.
There you go. What kind of receiver are you working on? You working on a multi-cut or what?
A really, really nice saw cut. Really nice. Yeah.
That's cool. It's a challenge. I've made a couple, and they're challenging, dude. They really are. Yeah. So here we go. The finest general purpose machine gun ever made, right here. The people killing machine. The PKM.
Yeah.
Yep. That is
okay. And that's what the PKM stands for, huh?
No.
It stands for something in Russian, but that's what I call it.
Okay.
I mean, it works. I mean, that's what it's for, and it does a good job. Yep. Incidentally, the round is the 7.62 by 54R, which is the oldest serving military round, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
Yeah, and right here, MG42 on the Lafette. Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
Now check it out because we looked at a bunch of com block and German stuff. 1911.
Nice.
Go team.
Yeah, 1911. How old is that 1911? Is it from 1911?
It's a World War II gun, but I don't know the particular date, or rather, I don't remember the particular date.
Okay.
It's a nice gun, though. It's a real cherry gun. We have shooter guns that we let people shoot, and the ones in the cases are just kind of really nice. So we just keep it.
And I see people were admiring the flamethrower. Is that the same flame? That's not the same flamethrower you used, is it?
We have 4 of them. So this is just one that we hang up on the wall for display.
Okay, very cool, very cool. All right, and then where are you going to flip side? Okay,
no,
this
I'm going to
is
show y'all something pretty damn rare right here. Any guesses on what that is?
You already told us it's a Japanese.
Yeah, I did tell you, didn't I?
Yeah,
cheated.
yeah.
It's a
Walter didn't
Japanese
forget that.
75.
I was listening.
It's a Type 38.
okay.
Check it out. Look, it's got like all the cool markings on it and stuff.
Yep. Cool.
Interesting.
That's a really neat gun. I really like it. It's pretty cool.
And what moved this around on the battlefield?
No, probably horses and stuff.
Lots of Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is old school. This has like wooden wheels and stuff. This is real old school stuff. The Japanese were like, I'll give them this. They were dedicated, man. They were really dedicated. But as far as arms manufacturing, they were pretty much lagging behind everybody else. They weren't that great at it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, check out another thing. They had multiple calibers, and a lot of them some of them were the same caliber with different rims and just all kinds of weirdness. But if you look at their machine guns, like Type 99 here with a bayonet, for typical Japanese stuff. You look at the machining on that. That takes a lot of time. Look at the Type 99 rifle, with the little anti-aircraft sights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of machining, a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then
do you have
at the end of the war, they had this guy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And do you have a Nambu pistol? I think I remember somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Well, where was that thing?
Yep, got one.
Yeah, I turned down 2. I should have bought them.
There we go. Look at
They're
that.
cool little guns.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, really nice.
I want to try and get like all 4 versions of the baby Nambu. I think that would be cool, and then a pop-up. That would be really cool, but the baby Nambus are kind of...
We had 2 come through the store, and I turned it down.
Really nice one with a holster came by at the creek, and I couldn't get the guy to budge. So
now, I might be wrong, but doesn't PPU make?
You can get ammo for them. It's available.
Oh, cool. See, I'd like to shoot. I've never shot a Nambu. I'd like to shoot one.
Yeah, you can get it.
Yeah. So Walter, what was the deal? Why did you walk away from this deal? Was it
I
too
didn't walk
expensive?
away from it. The dude wanted to do some trading, and I offered him money, and he just said, "Well, if I don't do anything, I'll come back." And I didn't.
Oh, so he didn't want cash. He just wanted to
Why would you want cash?
Why? Oh,
No,
I go
that
to
sounds
Knob
like a big role. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually you want. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so yeah, he had his mind on something he wanted, and I offered him money, and it was a really nice gun and a super nice holster, and he just walked off, and I said, okay, well, that's the way it goes, I'm not going to pay stupid money. I'm not going to offer stupid money. I'm going to offer.
Nah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What would have been a good price, cash money wise, for that?
I don't know. I offered him $500, and he didn't come back with like, well, I'll take this or that, and which if he was interested in selling, he would have, say, well, how about this? But
okay.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. Wasn't meant to be. So.
No, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Nico Ghost Gunner says Japanese weapons are some of my favorite. So there you go.
Yep.
He says he's got a. Yeah, he says he has a Type 14 Nambu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the 6.5 millimeter and the 7mm guns rifles.
Yeah. The Type 96 and 99 and 96 rifle, right?
Arisakas, yeah. So actually, they tested that. There's an article, I guess, back in the '60s when people were doing conversions, and the Arisaka was kind of looked down on because all this Japanese junk, right? Well, they actually tested the Arisaka and the Springfield and the Mausers, and I think even the P14, and they found out that the Arisaka steel was higher quality and went to higher pressure than any of the other American guns and the German guns.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's kind of.
It's a real strong action. They're not real pretty guns, but they're real strong. So.
Mm-hmm. Jason Scherer says, here in Auburn, Indiana, where I live, there's a whole World War II museum for sale with lots of tanks, American and German, etc.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Auburn,
yeah.
Auburn, Alabama?
No, Indiana. I'm seeing
Oh, that might be. I know. Yeah, I knew that might
I
be.
think he sent me a link on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
That I have an idea who that might be.
Yeah.
Not that I'm in the. Not that I have any.
I like your beer taps.
That's root beer, man.
Yeah, I know. It was a pineapple. There's a pineapple beer and
yeah, totally looks
potato
like
mashed
root beer,
beer.
Glenn.
Does that say keratin above the one?
Well, check it out. This is what we call the patent lounge. Okay, this is when you're hanging out, you come up here, have a root beer. Not us obviously while we're on the clock, but the clients and stuff like that. So show y'all. Here's the old patent right over there in the corner. But let me show y'all a couple cool things in here, man. We got various displays of 105s.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Just different stuff like that.
Ordnances.
Cool. Check this out. This dude right here. That's a flechette round 105, dude. Cutaway.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So all those different sections, discs separate from there?
Yeah, there's about 9,000 steel darts in there.
Wow.
Now, cool thing about those, and this is what I've been led to understand from other people I know real good. If you poke yourself with one of those flechettes that's actually coming out the round, you'll bleed, right? Yes, that's what you do. But there's a wax on top of those flechettes that actually, it's an anticoagulant, so you'll keep bleeding. So that's good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But check it out. We got the little paratrooper guy in Normandy. This is cool. This is one, me being an Air Force guy, this is one of my favorite things. If you look over my head, you'll see a parachute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. Parachutes are awesome. Well, let me show y'all something that ties in this parachute. If you look right here, that's actually the paperwork that shows this parachute was used by a B-24 crew member to bail out of a.
That's pretty cool.
Bail out of a plane. So I think that's really, really neat myself.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Let me see. There's some questions. Okay. Jason Scherer says, Walter, look at his above posts for the about the tanks, and someone says, like, Walter, I guess you said something about the Arasaka that it's not that good looking.
well, I like Japanese
they're
firearms.
They're good looking guns. They do a lot of attention to them. They're just not the best thing.
At the end though. At the end though, when they got down like the Germans, the last ditch guns.
The last ditch
are crude.
The last ditch guns. If anybody out there has a last ditch gun, if you fire it and you live, good luck.
Play the lottery? Is that what you're saying? If you survive, play the lottery.
I've shot a bunch of weird stuff, and I wouldn't shoot a last ditch Arasaka.
Oh, okay. And then Mike Bryant wants to know: do you guys sell dummy grenades? Do you guys sell anything? I know you did say you said.
Yeah, we sell all kinds of stuff. We're business, but we actually don't sell dummy grenades because we actually do live grenades. We actually do live German hand grenades.
Okay, so we can buy a live grenade from you, German grenade.
Well, you can't buy. Yeah, you can buy it, but I mean, you have to blow it up.
Yeah.
I don't think he said he sells live grenades.
Well, we do a thing called the explosive experience, where we do shape charges, or actually where the client does shape charges, hand grenades, and another kind of explosion.
Yeah, you need to back up to that tank a little bit because that's going to be the thumbnail right there, man. You with that tank. Let's see. Go back up right there. There we go. Just stand there for a second. Okay, just bask in that. Awesome. Oh, there you go. Look at that smile. Awesome. Now, what is that big gun behind you to your right in that corner, Glenn?
Right.
To your right in that corner, there's a big, massive gun.
This is actually a cutaway trainer, double-sized of a 1919.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so the cool thing is it works just like a 1919. It's you can charge it and fire it in the whole enchilada. So you get on it. Everything works as advertised. You come back over here and fire.
Oh, that's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. These were issued to Well, all the military training facilities that had to train on the 1919 and World War I or World War II, excuse me.
Yeah. This place is amazing. This place is amazing. And actually, when I was there with everyone else, we did a whole bunch of stuff. So we went and we did the safari. Excuse me. We saw what did we see? I don't know why I said Ferrari. Safari. We saw, what was it? We saw giraffes and
giraffes, wildebeest.
Water buffaloes, all kinds of
Impala, you name it.
How big is that facility?
Say again? Oh, it's the whole ranch is 18,000 acres.
Wow.
18,000.
Big.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you guys have you have an airport there, right? So, like, if I want to fly in on my private jet, can I fly in on my private jet?
Oh yeah, no problem. You have to make prior arrangements, but that's no problem. We actually have a mile-long runway that's better than the one in Uvalde, which is the closest town to us.
Okay. Yeah. When I got back, unfortunately, I heard something happened last weekend in Uvalde. I don't know if you heard about that. I think there were some guys that that just got married. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's a hard
that's
deal
terrible.
right there.
Hopefully that's not someone you knew.
Mm.
I mean, it's terrible that it happened in the first place.
I mean,
okay.
That's a bad scene,
Yeah. I think there was some folks that, if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, there was a young couple that just got married and
it crashed plane, right?
Yeah, they went up in a helicopter and it crashed.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they're not sure what happened yet, but it'll come out. From what I understand, it's a commercial helicopter, so it probably has a black box. So they'll probably figure it out. Time will tell. We'll see. That's a horrible thing, man. I mean, it's never good to lose a loved one, and on that particular day.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing. Sorry to hear about that to anyone in the family or whatever that's watching that. So Dead Sparrows Tattoo Redmond says, I'm getting here late. Is that Flem from Sons of Guns? Looks like the dude.
I was on a Discovery Channel show,
Yeah. This is the dude. This is Flem Gunner right here. The one, the only, the amazing, awesome Flem Gunner. There he goes. Do you guys want to, let me see. I don't know if you guys want to look at some more of those guns. I want to see some bullpups that are on the wall. But before I do that, let me just show this, because SoCal Gunner, who's watching this right now, sent us these. Check that out, guys. Yeah. Now, what these are, this is paracord. Okay, so this is paracord dipped in resin that SoCal Gunner.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, SoCal Gunner made a bunch of these for us and sent them to me. So, like Walter, Glenn, if you want one of these, Trae, if you want one.
That's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, pick out your color that you want. I know some of them are glow in the dark. Like, check that. I think that's glow in the dark. You want the glow in the dark one, Glenn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, please, man.
Oh, okay.
My daughter would go ape crap over that.
Yeah. So we'll definitely get you one of these. And so thanks to SoCal Gunner. We're going to give some of these away. Like he said, he sent these for us. So thanks. I think he's working on a video where he's going to talk about these. And so you guys will see me chit-chatting about these, but very cool. And thanks to SoCal Gunner.
That is pretty cool.
For hooking us up and spending which it must have been like a nice bill to ship all of this to me, but they're very cool. And I will rock one, and I will send Glenn one and Walter and Trae. Yeah. Absolutely, you're welcome. So thanks to SoCal Gunner for that. Let me see. I think he's still there in the chat. Yes, he says y'all welcome. Y'all
come back.
Yeah. I'm not so good on my country speaking yet.
Y'all.
Yeah. So let's see. What bullpups are over there on I don't know if there's anything like, what do you think we should do? Because you got a lot of stuff here, man. I'm not even sure. And if there's questions, you should ask me. Richard Hughes says, anyone that donated over $50 yesterday gets one. Yes, Richard Hughes, I will hook you up with one of these. Got you covered, brother. And yeah, actually, anyone who gave some money to Babyface P yesterday, if you're interested in one of these, let us know, and we'll take care of that situation, and we'll get you one. So, are you into bullpups at all, Glenn?
I honestly hate them. I can't stand them.
Oh my God!
I understand the appeal. I just don't like the way they balance.
Okay. Now I feel like Walter did when you said you hate the mule.
Well, I have a mule. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a kind of an internal joke here. You know, somebody's like, "Oh man, take out the AUG or take out the FS 2000 or something like that."
Mm-hmm. No.
I concur with that thought.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah,
So what? So what's the problem with them?
only
They don't run right.
No, they run great. I mean, they run great. They're compact. I just can't get over the balance thing and changing mags, behind your lead hand and this weirdness, man.
The FS 2000 is fugly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're also ugly too.
Yeah. I was going to tell you that I'm a bullpup guy, but I'm going to hide that now.
I understand the appeal. Not everything for everybody. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sweep that under the carpet right now. No, I mean, I think it would be cool. Like what I would have liked to have done if I had enough time over there, I would have done a video just shooting the machine gun bullpups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the Steyr AUG, which is right there, but it's not there right now because I'm actually doing some maintenance on it. And we got the
FS90,
P90 right
there. P90.
Yeah, you got a P90.
The P90 is cool, but that's a weird little gun, man. That's a weird little gun.
Yeah, what do you think about the round, the 5.7?
This is a good round. I see the appeal of it.
Yeah, see, Walter's got a bunch
honestly, I mean, high velocity.
I carry the 5.7 on the store.
Cool. Yeah, it's really neat, but I don't know, man.
Let's see, what other bullpups? Can you go over to that wall for one more second? I just want to see what other bullpups you have. I'm trying to remember.
That's actually the only two bullpups we have up there right now. The Steyr AUG, which isn't up there, and the P90.
So you didn't have a Tavor of any type up there, no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, we're thinking about getting. We always like to keep our wall fresh, so we always get new stuff and put them up there. I just hadn't had a chance to get a Tavor and dig into it. And we do have an F2000, but it's not on the wall, just due to parts availability.
Okay. And what about the HKs, man? I know you got several HKs there.
Oh, be still my beating heart. Yeah, I love the HKs. The 90 series, I love them. Look, this guy right here.
93?
Yeah.
53.
33.
Yeah.
53.
Oh,
I love that thing. I love the 53. That's such a good little gun. 33's up there. You got the G3 variant.
Yeah. So now here's
this one right here will thump you. 51.
Yeah. And then you've got some integrally suppressed ones also, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
This dude right here, MP5 SD, which is actually, it's almost movie quiet. It's ridiculous how quiet that thing is. The MP5 standard, I love that thing. Great gun. MP7.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I like the HK guns, but I'm not a big fan of HK themselves, man. They're not very civilian friendly.
No, they got terrible customer service.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go in. Let's just say I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I know you still have to get parts and stuff, man. So,
yeah. So, I mean, HK, I think they're trying to do a better job. I really do. In the past, their customer service for the civilian market has been less than stellar, but I see them trying to do a little better with like the what's that pistol it just came out with? That has
BP9.
That has the American mag release versus the European, and also they have the 416 parts coming out, 417 parts coming out, stuff like that. I see them trying to do a better job. So I mean, it's a step in the right direction,
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And then someone noticed the AA-12. How does that run? Is that a fun gun to shoot, or?
It's neat. You get a lot of blowback in the face with that gun. It's an open bolt, 12 gauge, and you get a lot of just pressure in the face. So it's not really. It's neat. It's as far as a combat weapon, no, not even, man. But as far as something fun to shoot, hell yeah, man, it's great. Take that out and shoot skeet with it, rock on, man. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. I know that AA-12 is magazine fed. Any issues with that? Yeah. There is a little bit with the drums. Some drums, just like any other mag-fed gun, some mags work better than others, and some drums work better than others on it. We do have some magazines for it, but they're so rare, I'm pretty hesitant to actually use them in the gun.
Okay. And Jason Scherer wants to know, did the motorcycle come from the Auburn Museum?
Honestly, I don't know. It was here before me, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Walter, there's a whole bunch of things here. I mean, what do you want to know about while we got Glenn here?
Oh, I don't know.
We got him for another half hour. There's a lot of awesome. If you guys have questions in the audience, ask us the questions now. We got him. Look, he's getting a little lubed up, so we're gonna be.
That's root beer.
Yeah, we can get some answers out of him here. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Don't happen to know where I can get a Scar 16 extractor, do you?
Man, if Midwest doesn't have it, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they don't have any in stock. So.
Oh, that sucks, man. No,
that was the topic of discussion last night on the blog.
Oh, really?
Because every time I go to look, it's been about a year. Every time I go to look, they're out of stock. So
there's I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but it kind of might pay off. On Gunbroker, there's a Scar with a cracked bolt. I don't remember if it's a 17 or a 16.
All right.
But it might behoove you to pay for that gun just to get the extra parts out of it.
So, I mean, is it that difficult finding? Is it that difficult finding extractors for the 16?
You'd be surprised, man. Sometimes it's hard as hell to find parts. Try and find an original, good MP4 or STG 44 extractor spring. Good luck.
An original one, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
And those are the best ones. The repo ones are all right, but they don't last nearly as long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. By the way, Flopping Garbage says we have 80 thumbs ups and we just need 20 more. So anyone who's watching, listening, come on, give us the thumbs ups and we'll get to 100 there. Let's see. Boom. Hussein wants to know, is Glenn doing anything else with the minigun project?
Oh, the micro gun. No, not really. I was more of a subject matter expert on that. I'm still keep in touch with the guys, because it's a great little device. And they're progressing on it nicely, but that's really all I can say.
Like a 223 or?
Yeah, it's a 5.56 micro gun or mini gun. You can actually hold this guy and shoot it.
Yeah,
very nice. Can I have 2 of them set up to special arms?
Yeah, and
I got news for you. I want one, so nobody else gets one till I do.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Walter.
No, I'll just say, of course, they'll all be post samples.
Yeah. All of them will be post samples.
Yeah. So Mercenary BDU says, any prototypes amongst the collection there?
Not really. I have one that I've been working on for a couple years, but that's kind of my toy project.
Oh, okay, and you're not talking about that other than that?
No, I'm gonna leave that.
Okay, yeah, that's a surefire way to make sure no one asks you that about on the internet.
Well, if the right people ask, it's in 5.7. That's all I'll say.
Ooh, it's in 5.7. Okay, yeah. Everyone, write letters to Flemgunner right now. What are you working on? That's 5.7. We want to know today, and we want to know, is it going to be available tomorrow?
I wish.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Big Gunner 81 wants to know, what's the process like to demill a tank?
Actually, the demilitarization of a tank. Hold up.
It's pretty easy.
I've never been party to it, but I've seen what happens. They take this front glacis and cut a section of it out. It basically kind of destroys the integrity of the armor. The same thing up here. Yeah, this is hard. The same thing up here in the turret. They'll go ahead and chop a block of it out. And again, that destroys the integrity of the armor. And of course, the gun gets demilled in its own particular way.
Now, what he just described is what the Germans do, like on a Leopard.
Oh, yeah. I've also seen it done on the M60s as well.
Well, yeah, we don't sell any armor to any civilians.
Oh, no.
So,
no.
So, but the Brits don't do that. All they do is demill the gun, and it's rock and roll hoochie coo. So,
interesting fact about British tanks or all British vehicles, armored vehicles. They all have a hot water heater, so you can make tea.
Make tea.
That's
interesting.
I found that out. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Of course, and and the French have to have a wine to have wine. That's
Yeah.
that's rules. That's not,
Check it out.
Yeah.
We're talking about the British and the French and all this other stuff. I want. There's one thing in here I do want to get to because I think it's really cool, and it's kind of just goes to my philosophy, you know, remembering the vets and all this stuff. Here in a couple days is the 100th anniversary of the end of World War One, November 11th, 1918. Right.
Right.
So check this out. This is our World War One display. It's kind of hard to see right now.
No, that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
we'll see. Yeah, it's adjusting to the light. Mm-hmm.
So right here, over here, is a 37 millimeter Hotchkiss round, typical round for a World War One tank, right? As we've seen, they got a little bigger. But this right here, this little bitty knife, is, I think, the coolest thing in the tank barn. That's a really neat thing. So you probably can't see it, but it says on it, it's engraved, Argonne 1915. That's actually a piece of shrapnel that missed a guy, and he hammered it down into a letter opening.
and, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Really, really cool.
That is really cool.
Just something to think about.
Yeah, they did a lot of trench art in
Yeah,
World War
yeah.
One. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to keep their sanity, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's man, you know, every it seems to me anyway, every fighting man looks back at the fighting man previous and says, "Wow, they had it so bad." You know, it's I'm glad I don't have it that bad. But World War One,
Fucking bad. Real fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, isn't that where the term cannon fodder came from?
Well,
I believe so. Yeah.
well, that goes back to Civil War, the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Just walking in a line toward your enemy, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's real intelligent. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, fortunately, the British subscribed to that back then.
yeah. Ask them that about Chalmette in New Orleans, and that's how the British met their end. So
Mm-hmm.
and the Americans were hiding behind, and everybody else, the combined forces were hiding behind stuff, and just had was like a turkey shoot for the British,
Yeah.
poor British guys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and their bright red uniforms. It's like,
Yeah.
What do we shoot at? I don't know. The guys in
All
bright
the
red
red.
uniforms having tea.
They're bright red wool uniforms, by the
Yeah.
way, too.
Yeah.
That's like-
I would get them right when they're on a tea break.
That's just not a good way to fight a war, man.
No.
My red uniform out in the open in a line
Yeah.
with muskets.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So someone, Psycho 316 wants to know, does your Ariska have the mum intact?
That's Arasaka,
Yeah,
by the
it sure
way.
does.
Arasaka. Sorry, I'm sorry. Arasaka. My bad.
It's
Okay,
not-
what is the mum? What is the mum?
The chrysanthemum,
That's
which
the-
is on the action on the top.
It's the mark of the Imperial,
Exactly.
whatever, yeah.
When they lost the war, it was kind of considered a loss of face to turn in a weapon with the Emperor's basically signature, signal, whatever I'm looking for. It was considered a breach, loss of face to do that. So what they normally do is grind them off, and then they turn the weapons in. It basically commands a premium now to have the intact mum on the gun.
Yeah. I don't know if any of mine do or not.
I've
Yeah,
seen
this-
two
this
come in
one-
the store, but they want a lot of money for them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Well, all those World War II stuff, man, that's getting up in price, man, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
but the Jap stuff still you can usually get pretty affordable.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the German stuff, no doubt.
Yeah.
K98 is going to run you $1,000 either way, right?
Uh,
So,
Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. So that's what you're talking about.
yeah, this little dude right here, this is the mum.
yeah,
Yep.
the chrysanthemum.
It's
Ah,
it's literally a chrysanthemum.
okay. So that's like the coat of arms or whatever you want to call
Imperial
it.
seal.
The Imperial Seal.
There you
Okay. Very,
go. It
very cool.
represents you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico Ghost Gunner says, what is it here? Wait,
He's got his on his.
Yeah, he says, I'd like to find a spare Nambu extractor spring to have put back, original or reproduction. I just want to have a spare or two. Are those easy, difficult to find?
The only place I can think of is Numeric, man.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know where to get one.
The problem with those old Nambu springs, for the most part, they've lost a lot of their spring.
Yeah.
So you're almost better off to get a reproduction one if you want to actually shoot it. But
Yeah.
And I kind of like to shoot the guns at least once or twice, just to, and then I say I did it.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Yeah.
There's only one gun that I own that I've never shot, and that's a MG34 tanker. It's all matching. It's great, and I've got everything for it. I got the ground box and all that stuff.
So you think, is this sacrilege to shoot it?
No, I'd love to shoot it. It's just I'm afraid something will break, and it's all matching. So.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
My
yeah.
That's all
philosophy is
matching.
if you have an
Yeah.
all matching gun, you don't want to shoot it, because I had an all matching P38 at one time, and I'm out there, I'm out, pow, 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 ping, there goes the matching extractor. So not matching anymore,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. Armament and Axis says, "How about a minigun in 22 LR? I might be able to afford to shoot it."
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to afford the gun. You wouldn't be able to afford the gun.
Yeah. No, I think someone was working on that, actually. The problem is the 22 is a rimfire, and your feeder delinker pushes the round. So then you run the risk of having a out of battery. Well,
going off out of bat.
to be out of battery, one going off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Vincent Pruzel says, "If you live in Uvalde County, you're pretty cool."
Oh, thank you. I like Uvalde. It's a cool little place.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's in Uvalde as well, or Vince. I hope I said his name right. I probably didn't. Vincent
The Mexican
Pruzel.
food is on point out here, man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well,
Cool.
I wonder why.
Watch, because the border's right there.
Yeah. So make sure those guns are aimed toward the border.
Let's see who else we've got. Mike Bryant wants to know, have you ever flipped an old military vehicle? Which one? And that can go to any of you guys, but we'll start with Glenn.
Nah, man. I'm kind of like a grandma until I get to know the vehicle. I drive pretty mellow, but once I get to know the vehicle, then I'll drive it like it should be driven.
Yeah,
but I've never flipped one yet.
Okay, so I'm assuming he's talking about flipped, like physically flip it over. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I've never rolled anything over. I've had M15 ones too, which supposedly are notorious for rolling over. But I've had people pull out in front of me and jam the brakes on. I've been through water one time. One time I was coming home from work and I thought I was be a badass and go through this big puddle on one side of me. Well, I forgot about the drum brakes, and I go to hit the brakes and I did a 360. Luckily, nobody was next to me, and I go, woo, and I'm like, well, okay, enough of that shit.
Nice one.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could say is, why wasn't there video of that?
Well, that was early 90s. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Southern Partisan wants to know, what's your preferred modern fighting rifle? And wait, hold on a second. Trae, did you ever flip a military vehicle? You're in the
no, but I'm not a grandma. I rag them out pretty hard. I run them pretty hard.
Yeah. You were in the Navy, right, Trae? Were you in the Navy?
Yeah, I was in the Navy.
You ever flipped a boat?
No. Yeah, that defeats the purpose.
Okay, so Glenn, you can start out with this one, and then anyone else can answer that wants to. Southern Partisan wants to know, what's your preferred modern fighting rifle?
Scar 17, hands down.
Scar
Really?
17. Okay.
Yeah, that's the best battle rifle ever made. It's a great one.
Okay, what's so awesome about it? I'm not arguing, but what's,
It's lightweight, low recoil, hard hitting rounds, and very accurate.
Okay. Very good. Walter?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I've never done in combat, but as far as favorite guns to shoot, God, that's. I'm a milled receiver AK guy, so I like a milled receiver AK.
Okay.
Old school, like type, early style with
Okay.
wood stocks and all that stuff. Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
got two.
Yeah. What about you, Trae? You've
Modus.
been in combat. Modus?
Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing like a 50 cal coming at your body to make you realize you made a bad mistake.
Okay, very nice. I've never been in combat either, but I like the and I don't know if you guys know about this one, the Daewoo Max 2. I have one of those.
Daewoos
I
are nice.
enjoy.
Yeah,
I
they're
have
nice.
I have a couple Daewoos actually.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Daewoo, Glenn?
I'm not familiar. I know of a couple Daewoos, but I'm not sure the exact model.
Yeah, it's a mixture of AK and AR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really why I like it. I think it has some good stuff from the AR, good stuff from the AK. You know, piston driven. I like piston driven guns. You know, so I think that's
like the AR platform. I like it a lot. Ergonomically, it's great, and it shoots really well. It's very accurate, and it's pretty light. I really like it. The 5.56 for the modern battlefield may be a little anemic because body armor is everywhere now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if someone wanted to ask me what I thought was best, I think the AR freaking rocks. I mean, we always have that question, right? So I'll ask you the question now: AR or AK?
AR.
AR. Yeah, I'm AR.
Yeah.
Walter, what are you, AR or AK?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one.
Oh, come on, you can't do that. You can't do that, Walter. You got to say AR or AK. This means AK. This means AK.
Yeah, AK.
Yeah.
I like the Scar. I have a Scar 17. That's a nice gun too. Not a big fan of the buttstock, but yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
the AK is a good gun, man. The round is awesome. I love the round. It's just, you know, when you're ergonomically, which I'm a big
handling, the safety, the mag release.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
man. It's just
and modern ARs have pistons in them, so they have the same features the AK is supposed to be renowned.
Well, I'm going to throw a wild card in the whole thing. FAL, boom, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I like a nice sexy FAL.
FAL.
I'm a 30 cal guy. I like 30 cal. M14.
Okay, but AR or AK, Trae?
AR.
AR. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they have more accessories. They're modernized. So you can do a lot with AR. Okay. And I used to be a big AK guy until they came out with piston kits for the ARs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. By the way, that'll be a good point to plug this. Walter and I are going to be testing the Ops 416. That's a piston kit right there from, there you go, Osprey Defense. Right, Walter? We're testing this soon.
Yeah, we'll run that on the 16.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of this, Glenn, but basically this is a piston kit that you can put in your gun and it's self-adjusting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the gas system, hold on, let me see if I can get this out of here. The gas system is self-adjusting on this. It's kind of like, it looks like a muffler type deal.
Yeah, it's the piston arrangement's like a kind of a flat looking thing. Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can get it out. So check this out, Glenn. Let me lock it on me here for a sec. So here's your piston right here. Right. See that?
Yeah.
So it's just pretty much cool. It's pretty much like self-adjusting. Yeah. So if you're gonna put a suppressor on there or whatever, you don't have to do anything. So
that's pretty cool, man. Yeah,
we'll find out because we'll do both.
Yeah, Walter and I we're gonna find out. We'll put it on a machine gun or something too, right, Walter?
Oh yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Uh-oh, who was that?
Well, something I had on. Sorry, that was me.
Oh.
Sorry,
that's not me this time.
That was the Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Vincent Prozel wants to know favorite tank at the ranch.
Leopard 185. No, Leopard 184. Sorry.
84. Okay, 184. There you go. All right. Let's see. Walter, what's you're the tank guy here, Walter. What would if all of a sudden I became like the PewDiePie of the gun YouTube world?
Well, first thing, you got to get about a minimum of 100 acres. Okay. That's the first thing you got to get.
Yeah, done.
So we have some place to ride.
Yeah, I'll get it right next door to Flemgunner.
And then you get that BMP that's sitting in the back over there somewhere.
Okay.
Because that BMP that's there hauls fucking ass.
Yeah.
And it goes through the water, it goes through the mud hauling ass. It's just
okay. Let's take a look at that, Glenn. Let's see what he's talking about here.
Hang on, just a second. Let me make my way.
The only issue with the BMP is the fact that it's if you put it on the road to move it, it's a wide load. No matter where you go.
Yeah.
It's a real wide vehicle.
Hey, DJ, what's up? In and out, DJ. Well, let's see what's going on with DJ.
Right here.
Okay, so this is Walter's baby right here. Looks kind of sleek.
And the BMP is sexy too.
Yeah, it is. It is sexy.
Hi. Check it out. Want to see the inside?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we'd love to. Of course, we're not going to say no to that. Bye,
Oh,
DJ.
check it
I
out.
see DJ's coming.
It has gun ports on each side. So
Yeah.
in theory, I say in theory, it's NBC capable, nuclear, biological, chemical, because you never want to be the guy to test that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that was through an overpressure system, right? They overpressure it, and
I believe
That's
so.
cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are there two chambers in here? Okay.
Say again?
No, it looks like there's two separate sections.
Yeah, there's a packs of 4 packs over here and 4 packs over here for a total of 8 guys plus the crew. But now here's the thing, man. You see this guy right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is your gas tank. Okay, you think, oh, okay, that's no big deal.
The gas tank's in the middle of everybody?
Well, about that. See this dude right here, the door,
Uh-huh.
which is armored by about a ½ inch of metal? That's your gas tank, too.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, not the best idea. In theory, it has, say again in theory, because you don't want to test it, it has a fire suppression system. But nobody wants to trust that because now you're in a flaming pit of death and you can't use your door.
Totally.
So, what
Yeah.
they normally do, from what I understand, is fill these up with sand, which is great. You get a little armor protection out of it and all this other
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
But you lose about a third of your gas, and when you're in combat, fuel is life.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
here's the inside right here.
Yeah.
And you can see the driver section right up there. And all that stuff, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. I like the way this looks on the inside. The outside, it is pretty sexy. It looks like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari of tanks kind of deal.
It's
pretty
fast.
sleek.
Well, it's
Yeah.
pretty far
fast.
from that.
Yeah.
And it goes through
It's
water.
the, opal, I guess, of tanks.
Yeah.
Oh, check
It's
this
the
out.
opal.
The opal of tanks. All right, now, we drive tanks, we shoot tanks and all this stuff. And occasionally they do require maintenance. Just fact of life. Like any classic car, classic tank needs maintenance. So here's the visible Scorpion.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that's a gasoline engine in the Scorpion. It's actually a Jaguar engine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's kind of neat. All right, I'm a gearhead, so I like that kind of stuff.
No, that's cool. So what is like a Jaguar engine? What are we looking at? Is it
a 6-cylinder?
Yeah.
I don't know the displacement, man. I think it's an inline 6. I don't know the displacement. It's a really cool engine, though. The thing is, some tanks sound really cool. Some tanks, not so much. Like the Leopards have a 10-cylinder Mercedes engine in it, diesel. Sounds aggressive as hell. Really nice sounding tank. The Scorpion will go faster than the Leopard. It'll go about 55 miles an hour if you floor it. However, it sounds kind of like a dying cat. It doesn't have a good engine sound to it, but it does the job. So
Okay. All right. Very cool. And that Scorpion that you showed, that doesn't have a removable power pack, right? Like the
They come
no, it's not like the Leopards where you take out the engine, the transmission all in one. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's built in, or you got to hoist it out? What's the deal with that?
Well, it's like removing the engine out of a car. You got to unbolt everything, remove it from the top, move it out, and drop it. And the transmission is a separate unit itself. Where what he's talking about for the guys online who don't know, the Leopards and a couple other different tanks have a pack where the engine and the transmission are all in one unit. So you disconnect kind of a quick disconnect thing, pull the whole unit out, shit can it, get another unit, pop it in, quick disconnect again, reconnecting, and you just cruise on down the road. We have the Abbotts like that, the Leopards are like that.
432s. You guys have any 432s?
No, we don't, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. John Gillian wants to know what tank would you get when the shit hits the fan, Glenn?
If I had to pick from all of these, I'd probably pick the Scorpion because it's fast and it does have a live gun on it. The armor, it's all aluminum armor. So, I mean it's not great, but it runs. I mean, ideally, I'd like a Leopard, but none of our Leopards have a live gun on it. So,
okay.
But realistically, I mean,
they don't know that.
Yeah, well, that's true. Just watch the hell out of stuff.
Just point the tank right at them.
Yeah, it's called the run over factor. Just run shit over.
We actually have a British chieftain that we.
Awesome.
It's our heaviest tank at 60 tons. Our biggest tank. It's like a tortoise of a tank, and we use it primarily to smash cars. We just
Run
smash
stuff over with, yeah.
Toyotas with it.
Okay.
It does a great job on it.
Yeah. So if someone wants the car smashing experience,
yep, they're going to be driving the Chieftain. Yep.
Okay, cool. And I'm assuming you got to pay for the car along with that car smashing experience.
Well, it's all you pay. I don't remember how much it is, but you pay whatever it is, and you smash the car and have fun, take some pictures, and there you go.
Okay. And then Vincent Prozel wants to know, what's the biggest gun on the ranch?
We have a D20 152 millimeter gun.
Oh, Russian.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Russian gun,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like to call it an anti-everything gun, because if you hit it with that, it's gonna hurt it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a 40. The ones we shoot are solid projectiles, and it's a 47-pound projectile. And altogether, the case with the projectile loaded is a little over 75 pounds.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see what else. I'm trying to go through these questions here. Let's see. Big Gunner 81 wants to know, do you still have your Corvette, Glenn?
No, man, I don't have any. I'm a Corvette guy. I've had a couple classics. I don't have one right now, which hurts my feelings. But as you can see, everything is gravel and rock out here.
Yeah.
So not really ideal Corvette territory.
Okay. What do you think about the mid-engine Corvette that's coming out?
Man, if it does, it's going to be neat. I mean, the C4 was kind of like, eh. The C5's awesome. C6, awesome. C7 are really friggin' awesome. So if they continue on their upward curve, the C8's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I think we're close, right? A year or something like that. We should.
Yeah,
be able to
something
see.
like that.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And then Armament and Axis said you should have said Jaguar the British way.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I have a Ferret, and
there you go.
it's not running right now, but the Ferret has a Rolls Royce engine.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Hey,
Fancy
just for an
dancy.
info note, guys, I just got a message from my phone. I got like 20% battery. So
Okay.
if I go poof, then you know why.
Yeah, we've got like 7 minutes, so you're doing good. You've done awesomely, by the way. You've been showing us pure awesomeness for almost 2 hours. It's amazing. Yeah. Armament and Axis gave us $2 to say cool to see Glenn again, and that he's doing well. So there you go.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let's see. Armament and Axis says armored cars that transport money are aluminum, or aluminium, if you want to say it the British way.
Yeah, and they're pretty wimpy when it really comes down to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll do the job for small arms. There's no doubt about that. But when you get bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Bryant says he needs to go to drivetanks.com before he dies.
come on down, dude.
Yeah. So just like a quick plug again for drivetanks.com.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. If anyone wants to find out more information, how do they do that, Glenn?
Just go on the website, drivetanks.com. We have live chats and all that stuff. And, they can find out all the info online or through the chats, or just give us a call.
Yeah, there you go. Kiaski is saying, what's up with the thumbs up? So definitely out to people to do the thumbs ups. Trae, you got any questions here in the next 6 minutes that we got here with Glenn?
Yeah, you talked about going to the website. So what do? We go make an appointment with you guys, fly out, and
pretty much. Yeah,
choose a package or whatever.
Go there and figure out what you want to do. Go ahead and make the appointment. Fly out, drive out, spend the night out here, whatever you want to do.
You said you had a runway, right?
Yeah, we have a mile-long runway. Yeah, really nice runway. That's actually where I jog. I jog on the runway.
Nice.
So I don't get gored by a buffalo or something like that.
Go rent a P-51 Mustang and fly in. That'd be pretty sweet.
Man, that would be sweet. That would be really sweet.
Or B-17.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool creatures around there. Kangaroos, you guys have.
Y'all do hunting excursions too, right?
They do hunting from the Ox Ranch side. We're like two different companies on the same facility. So if you want to do hunting stuff, you cruise over or look up oxhuntingranch.com.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Help you with all your info on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's over 60 different species of animals out here, ranging from elands to black buck to everything in between.
Nice, very cool.
I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing that I saw when I was out there. I know you had some albino type creatures there.
Yeah,
I think the giraffe's pretty cool.
Yeah, the giraffes are awesome. The giraffes are like, I lived out here for a couple of years, and every time you see something, it's like, oh, it's an impala. That's cool. But when you see the giraffes, you got to stop and you got to go say hi to the giraffes.
Yeah, they're pretty unique.
Yeah, and they were more friendly than I thought they were going to be. I thought Lola was going to get totally beaten up out there.
Well, now they're not always friendly. You got to, once in a while they're nice. Once in a while they're like, yeah, screw you, get away,
Yeah, you don't want to get whacked with that head.
No.
The neck.
And they can actually kick in 360 degrees. Any other feet can kick in that direction, So you got to.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they can just all of a sudden just punt you.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Say it again. What were the albino creatures that you had there?
We actually have white buffalo, white fallow, white elk, and something else, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, there were some really cool things out there. Let's see. Someone wants to know where this is located.
It's about 2 hours west of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Jesus, you are out there.
Oh yeah,
Texas.
You look up middle of nowhere. That's pretty much us. But it's kind of nice because we can get away.
Man, I bet you have no light pollution out there.
Oh well, check it out. You want to see the outside?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Here, hold on. Let me lock it on you.
It's a little cloudy. You can't see the stars right now, but there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There goes the beautiful sky.
It is black. Look how black it is. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really dark right now. There's some clouds, so you can't see the stars.
Yeah.
But usually you can see the Milky Way pretty easily.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think Jason Scherer is asking again about the motorcycle if it came from the Auburn Museum. I think Glenn said that he doesn't know about that one. And Armament Axis says Ted Nugent ? Great White Buffalo. So there you go. I think Ted Nugent's been out there.
Yeah, he's been out to the Ox Ranch a couple times. He's not really a machine gun guy or artillery guy, but he'll come out and hunt some animals and stuff. He's big on that.
So he likes bow hunting, doesn't he? The big bow hunter.
Yeah.
So do you have to do both, or can you do one or the other when someone comes out there? Do they have to do Ox Ranch?
You can do one or the other, or you can do both. It's entirely up to how much money you want to spend.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very cool. Hey, you high says that's 2.5 hours away from him. So there you go. Walter, you got any questions?
No, I'm just listening. Once again, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Taking it in.
This is a pretty good show. I'm going to look back at this just to see all the awesomeness that was in this show. So
thank you. I'll be here again soon.
No, it's a great show. We don't always get, I was actually surprised when I went out there. I didn't know that Glenn was going to be there. And you basically, I guess bridges or something like that got washed out because we couldn't drive all the way up, right?
Yeah. We've had like, for the last month and a half, just solid rain. So flash floods, all that stuff. It washed out the main entrance. So we have to go pick up people in the Humvee or the LMTV or whatever, depending on how high the water was. And you still can't get across it in little small cars. You can get across it in trucks and stuff now, though.
Yeah. So
if you come out, of course we go get you. It's no sweat.
Absolutely, yeah. It was pitch black out there when we got there. It was nighttime, and they were like, "Yeah, someone's gonna come get us." And I was hanging out. Humvee pulls up. I was like, "Oh, awesome, Humvee!" And then Glenn comes out of there. I was like, "What? I know this guy." So yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, so you know what? Let's it's 9 o'clock. Let's take the chance here to wrap it up. I'm gonna start with Trae. What do you have going on for the folks out there before we end this?
This Saturday we have the Silencer Fest. A bunch of silencer companies will be out testing out, letting you shoot their silencers. That's from 10 to 4. Hope to see you guys come out. Aries Firearms Training in Leesburg, Florida. 35615 North Treasure Island Avenue. Our number is 352-321-8102. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Or obviously Sunday and the rest of the week will be normal shooting operations. So hope to see you guys there. It'll be a lot of fun. And the snow cone truck will be there too.
Awesome, cool. And what's the cover charge to come to the event on Saturday?
$30. And you can shoot all you want.
All right, very cool. And who's that
until they
event?
run out of bullets.
Okay, who's putting on that event?
That's NFA is putting it on NFA review.
Oh, okay, very cool. Walter, what's going on with you, my friend?
Oh, just same old stuff in the shop, working on stocks and all that. Just
building up the adapters. You've got, Glenn's a fan of HKs, man. You might want to show.
Yeah, I have an MP5K stock that collapsible that nobody else has.
Yeah, well, you got. Cool. Do you have one there?
I didn't bring that with me. I brought the CZ with the Picatinny rail adapter. Boom.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
We're doing those. Plus, we have a CZ stock also, both normal and tail hook. And then, like I said, we're doing stuff for the SIG MPX, MCX, and the Rattler. All either regular stocks or with the tail hook. Yeah, we're doing
that
a bunch
is
of
so
different
sweet.
Things. Yeah,
I want that for my Rattler. That is pretty sexy.
Yeah.
So, and we're getting ready to do something for the Streebog, the Grand Power gun. It kind of looks like a CZ. That's coming up. So yeah, just working in the shop, making stuff.
Yeah.
So
awesome, very cool. Shout out to SoCal Gunner for sending us.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
These very cool things here. We'll be getting some of those out. So Glenn, tell us, one more again, man. Anyone who wants to what social media can folks hit you up on?
Oh, for me, it's Flemgunner, FLEMGUNNER, and that's Instagram or Twitter. Facebook, I have my own little personal thing, so I don't really, do much. But
can you say that again, Glenn? It was where? Where do we find you on Instagram?
Oh yeah, it's Flemgunner, FLEMGUNNER.
Oh, there you are.
Fleming and then Gunner. So
yeah. Make sure you guys go there and follow Flemgunner on the Instagrams.
Done.
Yes,
he's Insta famous.
Yes, on the IGs. And then, and on Facebook, should they just follow drivetanks.com?
Yeah, for Facebook, just go to drivetanks.com. It has a bunch of pictures. We update daily of just cool stuff. So yeah, definitely go there.
Awesome. Okay, very cool. All right, I want to thank everyone for coming on the show, to Trae, to Walter, but especially to Glenn. We get Trae and Walter all the time.
The regular.
Those two guys,
the regular.
Yeah, no, they're awesome for coming on. Walter is really the tank guy here on the crew. So, but special thanks to Glenn for coming out and hanging out with us for 2 hours, man. I know, like the family's waiting on you and all that kind of stuff. Shout outs to the family. Good. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. I want to thank everyone in the chat for all the good questions, everyone that supports us. Shout out to Franklin Armory that's bringing you this podcast here. Franklin Armory did put out a binary AK trigger for people who live in free states where you can get those binary triggers. So there is the binary AK trigger out there. What do you think about binary triggers real quick, Glenn? I mean, you got machine guns, so.
I really haven't messed with them much. I did once, and the first time I fired it, I thought the gun was running away because you let off the trigger and it goes, and I'm like, oh, crap. But, because I'm used to machine guns, and if you let off the trigger, it keeps going. It's a runaway. So it kind of weirded me out. But I think, it's cool. If I fired it a little longer and got used to it, it'd be neat.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, very cool. But thanks once again, Glenn, for coming on, man. It's been an awesome show. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. And from everyone out there saying thank you as well. You stay right there, Glenn. We're out of here, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Thursday. We're out of here. We appreciate everyone coming out. We're out. Peace.
Good night.
Later.